Hi Dom, here I am at Clemson. This is in the Sparks neighborhood, technically El Paso, but it is an unincorporated area. Give you an idea of where we are. Good look. That over there, that is Horizon City. And meanwhile, that over there, that is El Paso. So you can see what the neighbors look like. And then on the other side, that's what the neighbors look like. Now, because this is unincorporated, what that means is that there is no governing structure. Now, of course, there's services, police, firemen, all that stuff, but there is no municipality that has any governing body. So taxes tend to be lower. That's one of the pros. But the cons is that there is no zoning, there's no building code, there's nothing like that. I don't know if you just saw that you have a house right next to some trailers, and that's what happens when you have no zoning. You have these neighborhoods in which people buy the land and then they just build whatever it is that they wanted to build. So in this case, I have a house right here, and then over there on the other side over there you have a trailer, and then right here you have another trailer. That's why I call these neighborhoods Lego neighborhoods, because you know you can put in whatever you want in the middle. So we're going to start with the outside. Garage door openers. This looks to be in pretty okay condition given the asking price. I mean, you have to keep everything in perspective based on how much they're asking for the property. This is not really stained. This is synthetic stucco. It just looks like it got recently they did something recently there. I don't know what. And one thing about this area, particularly this lot, is look how big this is. I mean, you have a huge amount of space. Small porch, evaporative air cooling over there. I don't see any rust, but you have to have it inspected. And for example, this is one of the things that you see a lot in neighborhoods like this, where you have no, let me put that. Where you have no building code, is that you're going to have all these things that in the city of El Paso, this would be a huge violation, but in here, since there's no code, nobody really cares. So your porch windows, double pane windows, older style, but still double pane. Meter. It's kind of a small meter for. Oh, this must be for the addition to the house. You have the cable, telephone, and the electric meter. Nothing really stands out here. Going back to this. Something that is also common in these older homes is, instead of having the wiring coming through the city or rather through the street, you're actually going to have the electric poles going directly into the house right there. So I'm walking the background. I'm walking the backyard just to show you how big this is. I mean, a lot like this in the city would be a lot of money. Now, I see that this is graded. I don't know if you can see that all of this is graded, but I don't see any drainage. I mean, it could be that I'm missing it, but I don't see any drainage. This will give you an idea what the neighborhood looks like from this area. Again, there is no zoning, there's no building code in this area at all. And yeah, I am, while I'm walking through here, I don't see drainage, which could be an issue when it rains because water has to go somewhere. Could be you have a French drain here somewhere, but I don't see it. And this right here, it's storage. Ooh, bad business when it rains. So this is nothing to it, just storage space. Nothing that really stands out. It's all made out of plywood, not insulated. Oh, you have some electric outlets right here. Nice. Okay, let's go to the back, and this is the other side of the house. That's it. Nothing really to see here other than the construction. This is not solid, so it's not block. This is just regular stucco that has been painted over. It looks to be in pretty good condition. I mean, I don't see any cracks, so they've probably done something to this recently. So overall, I mean, given the price, given the neighborhood, the house looks to be in okay condition. It's not amazing, but it's not what I would call great either. This cracking is pretty normal. Wouldn't worry about that. But, oh, there's the drainage. So at least you have some kind of draining on the outside. I just don't know what they do about the water on the backyard. But anyways, let's go back to the inside of the house now. And there's a couple of things that I will point out to you which are important. So, like I told you, there is no building code in this area. So whomever builds the house, they pretty much just say, okay, I'm going to build a house and I'm going to do whatever it is that I can do. So for example, one of the things that you don't see in homes like this is, if you notice, you have no outlets on this wall. Now, city code, if this was incorporated, would say that every 6 feet you're supposed to have an outlet. So this entire wall, you really can't do much with it other than, I don't know. You do have an outlet over there. That's probably for the fridge. And this is what your kitchen looks like. The cabinets are real nice though. I mean, look at these cabinets. These are gorgeous. Good looking. No sign of any water penetration anywhere. This would be your den. And one of the things that you can tell, you can't really tell by looking at the video, maybe you can see it slightly right here, but the floor in this house is uneven. I don't know if you can see it well in the video. I don't know if you can see that right here. It looks kind of it looks a little bent, quote unquote. But when you walk, you can tell right away. You have a nice fan. Outlet right there. So you have an outlet right here, an outlet right there. And then right here, you're gonna have the first bathroom. Another thing that it's not up to code is you cannot have these at this height. You're supposed to have them lower end to meet with ADA requirements. ADA stands for the American with Disabilities Act. This is all pretty standard fare. Ooh. I have no idea what's going on there, but that's what it looks like. It's pretty Spartan, you know, not a lot of frills on thrills, you know. It's serviceable, but, you know, no code. Which means that whomever built this house, whomever built this house, they did whatever they wanted. So whirlpool unit. I don't know why they have an escape right here. This is uncommon. This right here, this is a humongous violation. These pipes, they can get hot, and if they're touching this, they can melt the wire. You're not supposed to have this like this. I mean, it's just a matter of unplugging it, but you're not supposed to have this. This is very dangerous. And then you have a ream unit. As you can see, it's not straight, it's kind of like leaning to the side. Let's see if we can find out when this was built. Doesn't say here. Oh, this is another huge issue. Another big issue. Pretty common. Sometimes what will happen, you can see la opción de los profesionales. This is something that happens pretty often, and that is that in order for people to make these repairs, they will sometimes buy the appliances in Mexico. The problem is that your insurance company will not cover any issues that happen with the water heater because the unit was built in Mexico and it does not mean United States building code requirements. So whenever I see something like this, I always have to point out to people that, by the way, be very careful because this appliance, if it were to cause anything in your house, your insurance would not cover it. Now you can see it right here is la opción número uno de los profesionales de la plomería. All of this was bought, and you can see that all of this is in it's in Spanish, and you can see it right there, made in Mexico. So not that it's not going to work, I'm sure that it works, but just be aware that for insurance purposes, this is something that you need to know. More than likely what I would do is, this would be one of the first things that I would replace, because if my insurance company ever found out that I have something like this, they would make an issue out of it. Close this. Okay, so another room right here, and this is another thing that you can see. See, you can see it right here, the quality of the work. You see the tile? You see how it's not flush with the wall? What this means is that the wall is crooked. So this wall is not straight. See right here, you can see that this wall is straight, but over here, this wall is, it's off at least by 6 inches. You see, it starts right here, how much space you have, and then it goes down and poof, you're totally out of space. So you got a closet right there. And then we're gonna go to the next room. Well, to the next two rooms. So nothing really to see right here. This just goes to the exterior. I already saw this. It's the porch outside. And then again, right here, you can see, remember that we're talking about this crooked wall? You can see here very well that this wall is completely crooked. This is pretty common in Sparks though. I mean, it's not that I'm trying to make fun of this house, not at all. But whenever you see houses in Sparks, you do notice these things, because again, if there's no building code, it means that anybody could have been hired to just build this house. And if they wanted to follow builder code, great. If not, no big deal. Nobody's going to check on them. Yeah. This is just dirt. Pretty typical of evaporative units. You got a closet, because this is the master bedroom. Cute little closet. You have right there the ducts for the AC. Weird. And then this is the master bathroom. See? Pretty builder grade, all of it. Shower. Not bad. The only other thing that I will point out is that it's very noticeable. Again, I don't know if this is showing well on video, but this floor is extremely uneven. I mean, just walking through here, I have a very good inspector. His name is Daniel Tate, and he always tells me, trust your feet, because your feet can very easily pick up when the floor is uneven, and this floor is completely uneven. And, oh, actually, I think you can see it pretty well right here. This is what I was talking about. Do you notice how the floor is not even? It's pretty bad. This should be the electric panel. Yep. So this is another thing that it's a pretty significant violation. You only have 4 breakers, and you have no master switch. You're supposed to be able to have a master switch to turn off everything at once if you need to, but you only have 4 independent breakers. It also looks like the breakers are different, which, you know, it's not uncommon, but you have a G, and I have no idea where these breakers are from. It's besides the point. But this is the other bedroom. And then right here we have an addition, a closet addition. This is where they had the washer and dryer. So those are the piping for the washer and the dryer with a P-trap. You have the water coming out right there in the middle. And then this is right here for the dryer. And that's the electric panel. That's the plug for your dryer. So small utility room, very serviceable. So that's it, Dom. This is the home that you wanted to see, located in the Sparks neighborhood. Pretty much, you could say that this is between El Paso and Horizon. But let me know if you have any questions about this house. I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.